Hello, hello. Just waiting for everyone to come in. Wow, today has been super powerful. I'm sure you are all feeling the energies, feeling it. It's a feeling, right? Um, I had some insights coming through, and I figured what better time to jump on and share them live in the moment. Um, I had a very powerful clearing today, and energies that were in there, and they were just really like just had me, and I was just swirling around with them, and then something happened. It was like my archangel self, my ascended master self, took over the vessel and reawakened all those cells within me that are ascended, and I took command over the ship, over my experience, over what I was agreeing to. And there's so many things that we agree to without necessarily being conscious to. A lot of these agreements happen unconsciously. We're also born into agreements, and then families and conditioning and all these different social agreements that we've taken, and even just regular agreements like I'm going to pick someone up tonight at 5 o'clock, for example. So whatever we agree to is now in our field. We are allowing it, we're granting it permission to hold space within our bioetheric photonic field, which is an active, dynamic, living expression of our vibrational frequency, of our resonant frequency. So if you ever want to know, what's in your field, just look around. Pay attention, because everything is being expressed right in front of you, right in front of me. So these agreements, there are things that we agree to sometimes without necessarily really fully understanding their implications. We also make some agreements sometimes under trickery or duress. Like someone's got a gun to your head. You're like, yeah, I'll do it. Okay. Those kind of things. Or you feel pressured, in relationships, parent, there can be parent, children struggles, sister, brother. There could be, like teacher, student, roles. So all these different types of roles that we play, and then we take these agreements on. We accept these agreements without really fully understanding their implication to our bioenergetic, vibrational existence and our hologram of reality, and how that is going to affect all of the reality. Well, once we become complete, once we awaken as we are awakening, and you just keep becoming more and more awake. But as we awaken and we start becoming conscious of what we're allowing into our space, we can reclaim our sovereignty, our freedom, our God self right, our inherent birthrights. And that's to claim that and to own it in the being. Um, I had that expression take place today where it was the fully expressed self. And it was very stern and firm, almost to the point where people might say it was angry. But I was in my own, safe space, and it was like I had to take command and be like, "This is what's going on, and whoever's not here for my highest and greatest good, you can leave now." And whatever those were, entities, attachments, thought forms, programs, belief systems, structures, mind control, religions, whatever you want to get into. There's so much. So cleared that whole entire space, but in a full place of ownership, of owning it, because you have to own it in your being. This isn't something that can be faked. So I believe, it's like what happens is there's a lot of times we go through these initiations, but this was like a real deal initiation. Like it was full ownership in the being. The highest version of myself took over and was like, no, we're not doing this anymore, and took complete responsibility. So I just wanted to share that. Watch out for agreements. Watch what you're agreeing to. Clear your space. Be very conscious of the agreements. We want to watch our agreements to make sure that they are enriching and enlivening and enhancing and supporting us, not limiting and controlling and constructing. So a lot of these contracts from the 3D matrix will do that. You'll see like the jobs, 9 to 5 and all this kind of stuff. All that matrix stuff is bye. See ya. Um, so that stuff is just going away. So become conscious. Really start to, pay attention as I am, and to what I'm agreeing to, and owning that space, and then being in that conscious awareness of, oh, if I make that agreement, I'm allowing that into my space. I'm allowing that entity, that energy, that thought form into my space, and it now has permission to reside here if I make that agreement with it. So be very careful, very conscious of the agreements that we are making, and we're making these collectively. So anything I agree to is you're agreeing to too, and anything you agree to means I'm agreeing to it, because we're a unity consciousness field. And that is, this whole veil is being released and removed. So all the secrets, all the stuff, everyone that was afraid to, um, share, or kept in the dark, or, had a password to, or secret vault, or all this stuff, it's all coming out. And there's nothing that can stop it. We're just in that realm now to move up into 5D, where we're all going. No one will be left behind. Everyone will have to come. And so some might come kicking and screaming, and others, if you get on board and you choose to do it as a co-creative process in ownership of your being, it can actually be the most rewarding process of your entire life. Um, so that's my message for the moment. Love you. Love you. Thank you for sharing space with me. Thank you for all that you do in this world and the vibration that you hold. You are a magical being in this reality. You are pure divine Christ light. Anything else, anything anyone has ever told you otherwise, is a distortion of reality in a manipulative way to mind control you and dull your light, to control the power of who you are. So always remember who you are. And I can say, like, I have experiences that sometimes it's like, oh, like I forgot. But right now I remember, and I feel it. It's a knowing. I remember. And our memory is just our DNA unfolding, unlocking. Our memory is the time and space as that memory. So we can choose what we remember. This is very important. Out of everything that I've learned, and all my time here on this human planet, from the human studies that have led me to, is that we choose what we remember. We choose what we remember, and how we remember it, and all the texture and the detail and everything that was associated with it. All of that is our choice. We're choosing it, and we're in control of it, and we can shape it and form it and mold it and twist it. So, our memory, we can even, we can recall future versions of ourselves and have that memory come in to then guide us. So there's a lot of fun you can do with this stuff. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. This solar, or is a lunar eclipse? The eclipse energy is just ridiculous. That's all I got to say. So much is happening today. So many things lining up. Even just in some of my reflections talking to, there's a lot of stuff going on. I hope there's a lot of positive movement in your life. Let go of anything that's no longer serving. Just let it go. You don't need to give a story or anything about it. Just let it go. And it will just fade away. It will just fade away. It won't even exist anymore. And remember your new reality, how you want your reality to be. Just remember it.